Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on today's video, we are going to be making a rolled rosette necklace out of some of my husband's old jeans and I have a couple of different kinds of lace, and then we're also going to make one of these bracelets. It's like a leather cuff, using some of these, which are something that you can get at Hobby Lobby. So it should be really fun. If you're a crafter, most likely you have some lace and you could find a pair of crummy jeans. And you have a hot glue gun and you could do this project easily. But it should be super fun. As you're hopping on, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Feel free to sprinkle, all that normal good stuff. Okay, let's start with the necklace. All right, let me take this off and show you what I've got going on here. I made this necklace over a year ago, and I have a few others to show you. And it is basically made up of 5 flowers that are glued onto this piece of denim, and I glued some of this chain stuff that you can get in the jewelry department to create a necklace. Isn't it cute? I love it. Okay, very similar and also made a long time ago is this one. And this I just used some fabric from one of the jelly rolls, and it's mounted on some felt. Same deal with the chain. And then this one right here was one of my first necklaces that I made. It was made with the jelly roll, which if you don't know what that is, a jelly roll is long strips of fabric that quilters use. You can get them in any fabric craft store. They usually kind of coordinate. So this was a necklace that I made a long time ago as well, and it's on felt. And then I braided strips of the same fabric to create the neck thing. We're gonna do something different to create our necklace today. And then we're gonna work on the bracelets. So it should be really good. All right, let's start at the beginning. If you have ever seen me make rolled rosettes, then you know that what you need to start out with is a long strip of whatever you're going to be using. And it's so funny. Over a year ago, my husband came downstairs and he was tearing up a pair of his super old, baggy, cruddy, but really nice and soft jeans. And I said, hey, if you're just gonna throw that away, can I have them? And so he gave them to me, and I have done a lot of different projects with them. So don't throw anything away. Okay, so first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna fold your long strip in half, and then you're gonna tie a knot at one end. And this knot becomes the center of your rosette. See? Okay, I'm gonna cut this part off right here. And I'm gonna glue it on another piece of denim. And we're just gonna be coiling it around and around and around. So first thing you do, and you could cut these into circles beforehand if you would like, or not, it's up to you. First thing you're gonna do is put a big blob of glue down. Adjust this. Okay. And so it's glued on here. And then I just sort of twist and roll it around. And as you're going, you're gonna put some glue along the edge of your center, and you're just gonna be pushing the piece that you're twirling and coiling and rolling into it. This is a great craft to do if you're messy like me. And it's also a great craft to do if you just have little bits and pieces of fabric, like your husband's old jeans. It's perfect for that. So I'm going to continue twirling and coiling this around. And we're going to make a couple that are smaller. So I'm going to say right here that that is good. I'm going to put some glue in my little piece of fabric. And we'll cut it off. It doesn't have to be precise. I'm just going to cut a circle for where it is glued onto this piece of denim. And I'll show you that in just a second. And then I'm gonna go all the way around it and check to see if there's anywhere, like right here, where I didn't get enough glue to hold it all down. So let's add a little bit more glue. Okay, so this is what the back of it looks like now. It's not really a circle, but it does not matter. And you can either fold the tail underneath and glue it down, or you can cut it off. And I'm just gonna opt for the folding the tail, this little part right here, into the back. So I'm gonna put some glue in between the two layers so they will stick. Whoops. And then I'll put some glue right here. All right, and I should tell you this. I am using my Sherbonder low temperature hot glue gun. It's called a Cool Shot. I got this either at Hobby Lobby, Walmart, a craft store, under $10. And I'm using the specific glue sticks that go with it because you're gonna get glue on your fingers for sure. And there's just no reason for it to be super hot glue and for you to have hot glue burns. So here's our first one. Okay, let's do, let's see. Let me do one with some lace. This is all I have left of that beautiful lace. Okay, same deal. I'm gonna fold it in half and then I'm gonna just tie a knot. I can get that to go in there. Okay. And this little knot forms the center of your rosette. You want to tie it pretty tight. Okay, and then I'm going to cut off the end. All right, and same deal. I'm going to start on a piece of denim, and I'm just going to put a blob in the center, and I'm going to put my little center of my rosette into it. Is this making sense? I hope it is. Let's see what it was. Phyllis says she still has some denim strips that she could use for this project. Yeah, and the thing is, you can use absolutely whatever you have on hand, and you can improvise. You know, if you don't have lace, but you have some tulle, you could use that. It's just completely up to you. Okay, so we've got our center down, and I'm gonna just start twirling and coiling my half folded lace around itself and pushing it into this glue that I've just put right around the edge. The messier these look, the better, in my opinion. I do think for the necklace that it's good to either have 3 or 5 flowers, different sizes. And what I'm planning to do is a big denim center, something like this, but we'll do it. And then I'll do 2 small laces and 2 small denims. And that's how our project will come together. Okay, I'm gonna go just a little bit further I'm twirling and coiling. I'm gonna say that is good right there. Okay, so let's cut it off. Then we'll go around it and see if it needs to be glued on better in a few spots. So the back that looks like. And I'm going to just fold this end over and glue it onto the back. Generally, that I think is what works the best. I have glue everywhere. Okay, and I know it doesn't look fabulous right now, but it will, I promise. Okay, this is when I started doing the same thing, and it's about ready. It's about the same size, so I'm gonna cut it off and tuck the thing around the back of it, because we're doing a necklace with a different kind of a tie, and then we're gonna do the leather cuffs. So I'm feeling the need to keep moving. And I have honestly about 20 different rolled rosette videos here at DiyDreaming. So you can come back anytime you would like and watch on replay. Okay, so I'm just folding this behind and cutting it off. Okay, I have these two, and I have this, so let's make another one of these. And they can, of course, they can totally, where is my long piece? Oh, there it is. They can totally be symmetrical or not. In this necklace, it's not symmetrical. And this is a different kind of a flower that I'll show you in just a minute. But let's quick do another rolled rosette, just in the denim. So there's the rosette. I'm gonna cut this off, this little tail. Okay, and let's just put it right here. When I first started doing these, I usually did them on circles. And then I found that it was just easier to work off of a bigger piece of fabric. So, okay, and I know somebody's gonna ask me, how wide are my strips? They're all different, but these are like 1.25 inches, roughly wide. And then the length does not matter at all. It's just how big you want your flower to be. Okay, so I'm gonna put some glue around this, and I'm twirling and twisting and having it go around the center, coiling. I'll hold it up and I'll hold it up right now and show you. So I want it to be about the same size as this one. And the long strip of denim, I have it folded in half, and then I'm basically just twirling it and twisting it around the center, is what the motion is. A little bit further. Okay. Let's say that is good right there. I'm gonna cut the flower off the backing. And it doesn't have to be super cut precise because we're gonna mount it on a piece of denim, so it'll disappear. Okay, let's just trim this and tuck it behind. Okay, I have 2 denims, I have 2 laces, and let's do this center flower. This is for the necklace. Let's do this center flower kind of like this, okay? This is called like a loopy flower because we're gonna basically make loops. So I started this, it's here somewhere. Oh, here it is, okay. So I started with this strip of wider denim, and it is 2.5 inches wide. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue it closed like it's a tube. I'll lift this up in just a second and show you. Can you see how I'm basically making this into a long tube? Okay, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a whole bunch of little snips into the tube part. This is where it's glued, the 2 sides together, and then you're just snipping. Let me put on my glasses so I don't snip my fingers off. Well, hey Beverly, how are you doing? Hey Karen. Mary J. Kelly says she loves these flowers. I'm so glad. You know what? I love making flowers. You probably already knew that. I especially like making these messy ones that you don't have to be perfect. And you can cut these little strip things as narrow or as wide as you want, whatever appeals to you. You can do this also with pretty much any kind of fabric that you would like to do. So this kind of fabric, this kind of flower is not called a rolled rosette, it's called a loopy flower because it's got these loops. And I don't really know how much we're gonna need, so I'm gonna just keep cutting until I get down to the end. And you don't want to cut all the way through, but if you do, don't panic. You can just glue the piece that you actually cut apart right on and continue on. Okay, let's say that's long enough. So this is what it looks like. You see, these are loops. And that's why I call this a loopy flower. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll it. And if we wanted to make a completely flat flower, then we could twist and roll it, but I'm gonna just do this as a flower that stands up. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on here, and I'm just gonna start rolling and gluing down this side. See, here's the loops. We're just rolling this over on top of itself. You do want to roll this pretty tight. Need some more glue. Here we go. See, here's the start of our little loopy flower. I'm just gonna finish this off. Okay, and there we go. There is our loopy flower. Okay, so then we've got all these pieces right here. What we want to do next is I want to take a bigger piece of lace and I want to add it. I think I'll use some of this. I think this came from Walmart, but I don't think they carry it anymore. I'm sorry. So I want a little bit of this lace to be on the back of this flower. So we're just going to stick it on here. And then I'm going to trim the hemmed part of this lace off, and we'll kind of squeeze it up around it. Make it sort of a circle. This is one of those projects where you just kind of start and you don't really know what your project's gonna look like. Okay, so can you see what I've got? I just glued this onto the back of it. And now I'm just gonna put some glue on the sides of it and I'm gonna squish it up there. See how I'm squishing that up? Do you guys like my technical terms, squishing it up? Oops. Okay, and this is what it ends up looking like. Can you see? It's like I just squished this lace up around the edge of this flower. And now what we need to make, let's see, do I want some of this? I'm trying to decide. I don't think so, because I have a elaborate idea for the band. Okay, so now what we need is a piece of denim that can work as the front and the back. And it's gonna look like this. So let's just start with our bigger flower. Come down here. Christina. Is it Christina who said she uses the no, Jackie says she likes my technical terms, that she uses them too. Okay, so this is the center of our necklace, and I'm just gonna put a bunch of glue on it and stick it right here. And then we'll kind of make the other pieces come up on either side of it. I'm thinking let's do denim and then lace, and then, nope, I think, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And if you're the type that wouldn't wear a really big necklace, you don't have to make each one of your flowers this big. That is completely up to you. You could even do it just as like a solo piece where there's just one flower. And I also grabbed these out of my craft stash because I wanted to give you the idea that you can also make lapel pins and just glue them on some of these bar pins. Okay. This is what I have going on so far. did you guys notice my t-shirt? This is one of the ones that we did, I think it was last week or the week before. This t-shirt came from 2 t-shirts from Target. And I essentially just cut the band off of the bottom of the second one and then cut it in half. And that is what is the ruffle on each sleeve. And this one I did with the Cool Shot low temperature hot glue gun, but I used their fabric glue sticks. It's been washed twice and it's doing great. I'm very happy with it. I wore the other one yesterday and I got a ton of compliments from people asking where I got it. I'm like, we made it. Okay, so I have my 5 pieces glued on here, but notice how wonky and wobbly they are. We do kind of want to put a little glue in here and push our pieces together a little bit. And when I put the piece on the back, that will help it. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here to attach my lace so it okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to cut around it, but then we'll come back and we'll glue the back piece on it. And then I'll show you how I'm going to do the strap for this necklace. Okay, so this is what I've got. And I'm just cutting around it. It doesn't have to be super close. Obviously, this is not a necklace that could go in the washing machine because the little twirls would probably all come out. The lace would disintegrate, so you don't want to wash it. But you could spot clean it. And I'm going to leave it end on either side so that we can attach our necklace part. You're going to be surprised by how bad this looks, but it'll look okay once I have the other side attached to it. Okay, so here's the basic of the necklace. All right. Okay, and before I do the back part of it, let me show you what I was thinking. I was thinking that I would use one of these thinner strips and glue a piece of thinner lace all the way up it. And then we'll use this as our strap. How's that sound? So this is lace that's kind of a creamy ivory color, and it came from Dollar Tree. They have some pretty amazing ribbons and lace from time to time, so don't count them out. Pin this all on, but I'm going to unpin it so I can work with it. And this is where you're going to get glue all over your fingers. This is where it's really important to have a low temperature hot glue gun. Oh gosh, I missed a whole bunch of comments. Anyways, what do you guys think so far? This is really one of those crafts that you figure it out as you're going along. It's not rocket science or brain surgery. And everybody's rolled rosettes and loopy flowers, I have found everybody's look different. So that's good. Some look messier, like mine, and some look neater. Okay, I'm gonna go the whole length of this, although I don't know that we would want it this long. And I just picked this one. I didn't even tell you guys how I made the strips. Essentially, I just cut, like I'll show you right here, the legs. And then I made a little snip, and then you just tear it. And that's how I made all of these strips. And then what I didn't use last time I was working with them, I just stuck them in a little container because I knew that I would want to do something with them again. I'm glad I didn't toss them. Okay, so that whole piece. And what my thought was to attach it. I want it to be going this way though. Like on this. So I am actually going to cut this end off right here. And I'm going to glue, this on the back of it right here. I'm going to glue it down a little ways. And we're going to cover up the back of this so you won't see this. This will give it a little, see, this is what my idea is. To have this go something like this. And you could wear it like one of those side necklaces if you want. We could, we can kind of pinch some of it so it will lay flatter when it goes around your neck. Just trimming off a little bit that was showing. Okay, so you see what I had in mind. Now let's do the back. Do you guys like this? You could add this to a plain fabric purse. Oh my gosh, you can put these on a hat. Like we made this a good while ago with a stencil that said Child of God. And this is one of the rolled rosettes that I made using, this is cotton duck fabric and some of that same lace. And I just put it on that cap. You can do a lot of different things with this idea. Okay, let's glue the back on here and then I'll trim it. and we'll start on the bracelet. This is a very glue intensive project, I'm noticing. I'm gonna get it just basically on, and then I'll come back and glue it down more securely after I trim it a little bit. Okay, so see, I just glued this on so that it'll look nice on the inside as well. All right, now let's do a little trimming. And then I'll do some serious work to get rid of all the glue strings that are everywhere. Seriously, everywhere. As soon as I get this excess off, I'm going to come and add a whole bunch more glue. I hope this project doesn't look like it's hard, because it's honestly not hard. It's just messy and it's hard to hold on to also. But it's not a difficult project at all. Okay, so that's sort of close to what I had on here. And let's come back and add a bunch of glue. This will help to stabilize the necklace also. Glued down really well in some spots and not well at all in others. I do kind of like where this lace wants to get all frayed. Okay, so that, oh my gosh, there are so many glue strings, but that is basically what it looks like. And what I was thinking is that you could wear it like this, or you could wear it like one of these side necklaces, in which case we might make a little point or something so it would lay better. So this was the first one, and it has a chain glued inside of it, just from one of this. Same idea, can you see the back of it? These flowers are bigger than the ones that I did on this one. But what do you guys think? And it's all about experimenting to see what you like. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with the back of this to make it lay better. I might need to take this off and attach it differently. But I will fiddle around with that after the fact. So this is the loopy flower in the center. These are 2 denim rosettes and then 2 lace rosettes. And I think it turned out pretty. Okay, stay with me because we're gonna jump over to the bracelet now and I'm gonna tell you everything about these. All right, these bracelets look like this. They're leather. They come in a variety of different tones. Like I bought some that were even darker than this. They also come in different sizes, and that's important to pay attention to. If you have a very small wrist, then you don't want to buy a large leather wristband. Okay, so this package here is a small. Can you see how that's checked right there? And I just got so lucky. They still have these at Hobby Lobby. They're normally $3.29 for a set of 2. But one day when I was there, they had them on sale for 94 cents. This one was 94 and this one was 99. Oh, and this bigger size was $3.99 regular. So they only had a few. I grabbed them. Okay, where are these? These are in Hobby Lobby, in the area that has like burlap and cloth bags and caps and things that you can decorate, which is generally 1 or 2 aisles away from the jewelry stuff. And you'll see there's a whole little area dedicated to different leather products. So start out by getting the size that works the best for you. And for me, you can see the difference in sizes. And they start out really stiff, but the more you wear them, the softer they get. Ooh, this is pretty small actually. Maybe I've been wearing a medium. I think so. I think this would be too small for me. But anyways, if you just work with them a little bit, they're real leather. They're really nice. And they have the snap, which doesn't look terrible. I did want to show you this one. I made this one a long time ago. And I stenciled it with some ink from magnoliadiy.com. And this is the Victorian pattern stencil. I've worn it a lot, so it's kind of wearing off just a little bit. And then I glued one of those button cover things over the end of where the snap is. And this is a super cute bracelet. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. But let's start with this one. And you just, bend it back and forth to get it softened a little bit. Here's where we're going. But it could honestly be whatever design you want. So before I came live, I made this one. And I put some lace around the edge of it, which I'm just trying to decide. I think I want to add a little bit more to it. So I'm going to glue this onto this, and then we'll put it on this. I think part of the reason why, ooh, that is slightly hot when you get it right on your palm. I can only imagine what I would have done to myself if I had had hot glue and had that happen. Okay, let me just grab a paper towel. So, and then I'm just going to cut around it to give it some more, like a lace look around it. big. Okay. So then when you're working on the bracelets, you could just do one, or you could even glue it over the snap. We should do that. Well, we're not going to do that because this is too big, but that's what I did with this one over here. And honestly, I just want to give you tons of ideas to get you inspired. And this is like a darker tone. They did have packages that had one medium tone like this and one really dark tone. Okay, so I'm gonna use a teeny weeny bit of hot glue, and then I'm gonna use E6000 for this because this wristband is gonna flex and I wanna make sure that it doesn't fall off. So let me snap this and figure out where is the center. Okay, so I'm going to put one teeny little blob of hot glue, and then I'm going to finish it off with the E6000. This will just hold it for the short term. Okay, but let's make two more rosettes to go on either side. And I think since this band is so light in color, and we might trim this smaller, that we should do the denim. I don't know, my comments are not moving, so I apologize. I haven't seen what a lot of you guys said. I have seen all the stars that you guys did, which is awesome. Thank you so much. I so appreciate that. These little denim rosettes that we're gonna make are gonna need to be pretty small. So let's use a narrower piece. And we always start by folding it in half. This can be a rolled rosette and making a knot, and that becomes the center of our rosette. Christine says that she loves this idea, but she really loved this is not gonna stay. No, it wants to come out. She really loved the cap. Oh, the caps turned out so cute. Let me put it on because it is adorable. I kept this one for myself, and I gave the other two that I made away. This is a video that I have here at DiyDreaming, and I called these making these little patches. Because see where the Child of God is stenciled? That is a little patch of canvas duck fabric that I stenciled with ink and a stencil. And then after it was dry, I glued it on. And then this is a rosette that I made. So it's gonna mess up my hair. I don't know if I have it on straight, but look how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? And you can get these inexpensive little caps everywhere. Okay, so. And you can mix and do a little bit of, that could be cute. Let's try that. Of your lace and your denim. So I'm gonna attach a piece of this lace here. And we'll just see what it looks like as we twirl and twist. I do want it to show. that's cute. I think that's all the bigger I'm gonna go. So. I'm sorry that this shakes my recording device, which is just my cell phone, when I try to look at your comments. Okay, so this is what we have. And I'm gonna cut around it, and then we'll fold the tail over the back. So these bracelets, I see a spot that needs more glue. These bracelets, if you bought the packages when they were full price, for $4 basically, that's $3.99 for two. It makes the bracelets be around $2 a piece, and then you can embellish them however you want. And they just make a great gift. And if you have teens or tweens that you're trying to entertain, this could be a fun project to do with your teen or tween. Because these kind of cuffs remind me of what is, you know, in style for that age. I usually wear the same boring jewelry every day, but, oh gosh, I'm gonna have this all over my fingers. But you could do, oh, and I got out a couple other things to show you, so I'll do that in just a second. Okay, so here's our rosette, front and back, that has a little bit of the lace on it. And we'll glue this over the top, I think, of the lace that's on the center one. Okay, this is another idea. If you have teens or tweens, children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, or just friends or whatever, the girls are always wearing these ponytail hair tie things on their wrist, and you can take those and turn them into bracelets. This is the same kind of fabric as this necklace, and it's just one individual little rolled rosette glued onto the hair stretchy, and then I put a little bit of teal colored felt on it. That's one. And here's another one that I did, same idea, just on a hair tie, and this was a piece of black and white. So this could be cute in your hair or on a wrist, I think. Okay, let's make one more of these real quick. Then we'll glue it together, and I'll show you everything all at once, so stay with me. I hope you liked this. Today I was thinking I want to do something that I haven't done in a while, and I can't even remember for sure when it was that I made, here's my necklace, that I made this. But it's been a very long time, at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And there is a video on this here on DiyDreaming if you want to come back and watch it. I think I made this as a separate video, but the idea was to have them together. Okay, so let's start with another little piece of denim that's going to be the base. And I do a blob. I did the knot, which is how you start every rolled rosette, with a knot. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to glue a piece of this Dollar Tree lace to the back of my little strip so that it can be twirled and coiled and all that business with the project. So, and then you want to put your glue, you know, in pretty close to the center of your rosette. I want this lace to be showing, so I need to pull it around. There we go. So I'm just coiling and tucking it in close to the center. This is a little bit of a manipulation to get that lace to show, but I really want it to. So I may just come back and glue it on the top. I think I am. Just one time bigger. Okay, here we go. And let's trim the back off of it. Then we'll cut our tail off and we'll pull it around the back and tuck it in behind the back of our rosette. Okay, so I have a humongous mess right here, a really humongous mess. Okay, and I just need to decide, I think this lace around it is too big, so let's trim it down even just a little bit further. Sometimes you have to look at something for a little while to figure out what the proportions need to be. And maybe if this bracelet, if this leather wrist cuff had been darker, I would like the look of that being bigger. I don't know. Okay, so let's glue these on. I'm going to put one teeny little dab of hot glue, and then I'm going to come back and use some E6000 to make sure that it is thoroughly attached. But this will just hold it until I can get that done. Okay, so what do you think? Isn't it cute? And I have around $2.25 worth of materials into this, and not even that for the necklace. Or where's the other one? Where is it? Oh, here it is. So, tell me what you guys think. Did you like this project? Is this something that you think that you might try? And if you were going to try it, would you do it this way or would you do something completely different? More like this with the chain? And tell me also, do you like the bigger? These are definitely bigger rosettes on this one versus this one. So tell me all those things. All right, I will get pictures close up of everything. Let's just review really quick. The wristbands come in different sizes. They come from Hobby Lobby in the leather working section, which is near jewelry and near like ball caps and pillows that you can decorate, that kind of thing. And they're between $3.39 and $3.99 for a set of 2. Then I used my husband's jeans and just a variety of different lace pieces that I had hanging around, some low temperature hot glue, and I'll be using some E6000, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Okay, Cheryl says that she's going to do the chain and she likes the smaller bracelet. And Tina says the same thing. Yeah, sometimes, here's the thing. When you are trying to teach how to do a project and explain it, and you don't really have the words like twirly-do and we're gonna twist and coil and, you know, but you're trying to explain it and do it on a video, then you don't always like the outcome as well as if you could have taken your complete time. So when I do these videos and these projects, really, my goal is just to inspire you and give you ideas and show you how simple they are to do. And then you guys go and make the things that you liked in your colors, in your style. If you like more petite things, you make it more petite. If you don't like this lace with blue, then you just choose something different, whatever appeals to you. But yeah, so I hope that this video today has given you lots of ideas and made you know that, yeah, this is totally doable. This is something that you could sit down and make yourself. And what is the white fabric? It's lace, I think. Yeah. I had a couple different kinds of lace. Let's see. I had some narrower lace and some thicker lace and some even thicker lace. Anyways, yeah, so I just want to inspire you. I would love to see pictures if you decide to do this. If you have questions on things that I didn't cover, feel free to ask. But most of this, I mean, this is one of those crafts that I couldn't write it in a paragraph to explain it. So if you missed the beginning, go back and watch from the start. And if there's a part that's really tricky, like how did I do this part on the back, then just rewatch that part of the video a couple of times and hopefully it will all make sense. Tina says she'd like to make a table runner for her daughter. Okay, I've done table runners multiple times and I've put rosettes on them. The first times I did it was with painter's drop cloth, and then more recently I've done them using canvas duck fabric, and they're fun and beautiful and so super affordable, and you can jazz them up for any season you want or just keep them plain. It's up to you. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you'll come back for, I don't know, Wednesdays are my Bible study day, so I'm kind of out from 8:30 until about 2. So usually I'll do a replay of something, a video that I think you guys would like to see. And then when I come back, we'll do some easy craft in the afternoon. And then I have community group in the evening. So Wednesdays are totally my exhausting day. But I'll definitely see you tomorrow for something. It may just be short and sweet. If you haven't already liked and followed this page, I'd love it for you to do that. I'd also love it for you to do a this, or say something to me in the comments. And then maybe Facebook will show you what I have coming up tomorrow and the next day and the next day. It's really a mystery. Alrighty, have a great day. I'll see you guys later.